Hello and welcome. My name is Kate Griffiths and I'm coming on today to share some stuff with you that's coming up and emerging through the work I'm doing with clients. What I've noticed recently has been a real interest in red. So we've had Red Dragon come up in a few readings, and they're also Red Angel, which usually comes up when we're feeling a bit stagnant and need to get moving and get more energy into our bodies. But also we've had the Venus bottle, which is pink, and Pink Angel, which is the equivalent in the Spritzes, which is about love. So there's a lot of, and if you think about it, pink is red with the light shone through. So there's a lot of that energy around, and the sort of the antidote to red is green. So and that seemed really appropriate. Let me explain why by showing you my first spritzer right here. So what do you feel about this? This is a spritzer that I shared about 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago with my Sangha, my super-vision Sangha, because it's called wood. So how does it make you feel? And if you know anything about the 5 elements in Chinese medicine, you'll know that wood is one of the 5 elements, and it represents spring, and we're definitely feeling that here in the UK. Especially last weekend, it was beautiful blue sky and sunshine, and people were out and about and walking and really enjoying it. And then it was a bit the false spring. We had a massive cold snap this week, and it has been pretty chilly again. So, but we know that spring is coming because the evidence is all there. You know, the daffodils, the snowdrops that are all around, and the odd violet. So there is definitely that shift, that transition as we move out of winter and into spring. And also we've just had a full moon, and the last full moon was, the energy of the Virgo full moon was really inviting us to step into the unknown, to quest uncertainty, which can be really challenging, but it's easier when we know that we're not alone. And when we answer that call, then so much starts to reveal itself to us. And there's ways we can support ourselves. So I just want to show you what I'm wearing today. So first of all, there's my top, which, as you can see, is this lovely coppery colour, and then it's got those beautiful spring greens in the design on the top. So very much representing the colour of the moment, and you'll see why in a minute. And I've also got this. I wanted to share that with you. That's my beautiful jade pendant. It's been with me for a long time now. As some of you may know, my parents lived in Hong Kong for over 25 years. So it's very special, and jade is about protection, and you know, often we need that when there's this change around, or this sort of a sense of feeling unsettled, which can happen in the transition of seasons. And I'm wearing it on a very simple gold chain, which has a lot of meaning to me because it used to belong to my godmother Jan, who died about 25 years ago. She was only about 50 at the time, and she had breast cancer, but she understood the power of colour. She was an artist, and in some ways you could say she was my first teacher, although I was absolutely hopeless at art. That she had that real sensitivity about her. So it feels really good to be wearing this and to be connecting to her energy and to feel her closer to me. And really relevant as we start to look at this bottle that I want to share with you today, which is this one, I believe. I hope I've got the right one. So yes, here we go. So have a look at that. How does that make you feel? What images, memories, associations come up as you look at that bottle? We call this Goddess Awakens. So how do you feel when you hear that term, Goddess Awakens? I know the first time that I heard the word goddess, I thought that's ridiculous. You know, they don't exist, and it's, you know, kind of almost threw me off. So focus on the colours more than the words maybe, and the meaning behind it, which is what I'm going to go into now. So for me, Goddess Awakens is about that feminine energy, the rise of the divine feminine. And I want to be really clear, this does not mean that it's women's turn to be on top and men are going to be relegated to the dung heap or something, because actually we need both the masculine and the feminine energies, especially at this time. What I think it's saying to us is that there's a new way of looking at all of that that's coming into our consciousness. So when we look at the Chinese characters for the sun, all Chinese characters are made up of yang and yin. So yang being the masculine energy, yin being the feminine energy. And the sun is a very yang symbol, but it does have a little bit of the yin energy in the character. And actually we know scientifically that that is the case, because whilst the sun is this fireball providing energy and warmth to the earth, there are black spots in the sun which represent that cooler feminine energy. So basically what we're realizing with this bottle is, we need to have both. We need that blend of the masculine and the feminine. And so if we take the moon, and the character for the moon is largely yin, but it does have a little bit of the yang energy. And if we think about it, where do we get the light of the moon from? It comes from the sun. The energy of the sun is what gives the moon its light. So again, you're getting the masculine coming into a very feminine place and lighting it up. So for me, that is really what we're talking about with this energy, about coming to a place where we can recognize the value of both the feminine and the masculine. So we stop having the stereotypes about women, which have often been, classically the whore or the maiden. I mean, women aren't just two things. I say that as a woman, I certainly don't feel that. And I really wanted to share with you one other, or maybe a couple of other spritzes to really bring this home a bit more. So this is the first one. Have a look at that. And that beautiful, almost spring green, so limey. That's why I like it, but it's called Peridot. And Peridot really is about recognizing that you have that feminine within you and feeling it so that you can connect to the crystalline grid. It's called like the matrix, which is an energy grid that is above us. We can't see it, but we can connect to it if we ask to, and then allowing the light to shine through us. I think that's a really, really powerful spritzer. And again, it represents one of the colours of the bottle that I showed you. And the other one we need at this time is this one, which is Uriel, which is a beautiful copper colour, but slightly lighter than earth, one of the other spritzers. And it represents the archangel Uriel. And really, he represents earth, and that, the concept really that we need to have our anchor. We need to be rooted in Mother Earth. So feel your roots coming down from your feet and going deep into the earth so that you feel connected and have a solid base, just like the bamboo, so that then you can flex whatever the opportunities or issues that arise in your life because you've got that root. But also having that anchor allows you to then to fully expand into your power and start to see things come into being with ease. And what Uriel does really is to help heal up any of those last aspects of the ego or lower self that are holding you back, that might sabotage a new idea or a possibility. So that's why it's really helpful to work with him, because the whole wood element that we saw right at the beginning, one of the aspects of wood is it's cleansing, it detoxes any rhubarb that's in your system, be that, on an emotional level, possibly anger or deep sadness, and clean it out so that there's space for something wonderful to come in its midst. And as I say, there's a real healing property to Uriel as well to help bring that about. So I hope that all of this has given you some hope and some ideas about how to move forward, and I really hope you have a wonder-filled week. And please, if you like this, share it with others. Leave me a comment. I'm happy to give you more information that might be useful. And thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.